Okay, so we're back here. Well, it's sunny BC, and wow, geez, it's probably like 18 degrees out here in the sun. It's like practically May for fuck's sakes. So we're back to our gimmick of 3-minute videos that seem to take 20 minutes, and see, the thing of it is yeah, we're eating apples so that we can be smart and or lose our pens, stuff of this nature, right? So then I forgot about my stickers. We'll try that. See if we can. No, okay, that's not going to work. And see, the thing is I start ranting off about these bonds and markets, and then it's somehow there's a relation back to this horrible housing market that everybody likes to pay attention to the housing market now that they're like, oh, the housing market is finally crashing and such like that, right? So, you know what I mean? It's tough tying all these points in together and making sense in like 3 minutes and speaking in abridged versions of like all this history and such, you know? Kind of just, I've been having these comes off as like kind of retarded, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to. Okay, so welcome back here, folks. I guess we're resuming regular speed, and now that y'all seen me eat an apple, and I'm smart, right? So here's hoping that in under 3 minutes or three some odd minutes I can make sense and sound smart. But you see, we're out here on the West Coast, and it's too nice. It's too nice for anybody to do very much or anything way of like thinking. And I think it's probably tougher to sound smart when you're on the West Coast, and well, some sort of brain retardation to begin with. There's that, mind you, but you know what I mean. It's these the East Coast people types that they get all their Eastern education and sound all know it all and stuff. This is why I got oh, pardon me, pardon my French, folks. You know what I mean? Such a problem with so many of these new age and modern commentators in Canada, because they're all like holier than thou. They all like always talking down to you about how smart they are, about how much like research they did. Well, it's like that somebody else did the research, somebody like that Moose guy, or what's his name, Mark Nixon, that they actually crunched the numbers, you know. So stuff like that. But oh yeah, what was I going to go on about? That one, oh yeah, you see, because I end up with these videos where I just like I keep ranting, because you see, I start talking about bonds, and it's so exciting, and I get, but with the Pied Piper Pulley VA, right? He ate the apple, and then he was all like nonchalant, all disaffected, right? So I get too animated, I get too, you know, excited, and I start ranting on and on about the bonds and how it relates to Carney and these problems that they created out of thin air, you know, as well as the bonds to ship to foreign markets and launder back. And then that's part of the whole Epstein triangle of you know, money laundering and the Mark Carney liberal insider involvement in that. And you know, it's pretty complicated, because there's the 10-year bonds, right? So you know what I mean, what was going on back in 2015 to like current, right? That's also like a part of the equation of the problem, what nobody's, and then why the interest rates of today are, you know, affecting, and then the house prices with the massive jumps in all the remortgaging when they have to sign up for a new 5-year term, and then it's all supposedly 2026, right? So I'm gonna see all these power of sale, and was it reclaimed by the bank, right? So, but they've got you already. And also, what I see that I have a problem with, and I was trying to explain this to a boomer just yesterday, and it didn't really work or come across, but the boomers themselves, they're the generation that's getting ripped off the most. Because if you don't have it, what isn't in your pocket, you know what I mean? So the baby boomers actually supposed to be the largest wealth transfer in all of history, but all these taxes and stuff like that, right? So they're taking, because but if you don't get to pass your inheritance down, the inheritance, who was that robbed from? If you're already in the cold ground, but you had possession of that property, those assets, and then your child, the heir, never actually has possession. Fuck, this has gone on for like 5 minutes already. Who got robbed? You know what I mean? The baby boomers themselves. And they voted for this, and they blame the boomers, and yet, and all the boomer commentator. No, that's my compatriots, that's not me. You know what I mean? Everybody's so quick to say, no, I'm not that guy. I'm not that. Well, that guy essentially doesn't exist, because that guy's a sucker, and nobody wants to admit that they got suckered. You know what I mean? It's easier to fool somebody than to convince them that they've been fooled. Hence why nobody's interested on my videos, because number one, they go on for more than 3 minutes, and number two, they don't make any sense. And but I'm doing a countdown. That's like number one, but this is like the third thing. Fuck, this is so confusing. Oh yeah, you see, okay, so I already said they don't make much sense, and then longer than 3 minutes. And you see, because you're talking about bonds in under 3 minutes, and what's the third thing? Oh yeah, I'm neither pretty nor blonde. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 3. You see with these things, anyways. But you do take my meaning that it's because of Bretton Woods, and then the baby boom is. But when they started drafting people again for Korea, 1951, 1952, and then the baby boom. It's all these different aspects. And then, so which generation got robbed the most in history because they were allowed to actually keep that affluence or keep that, you know, from their own production, the sweat of their own labor, you know, less taxes, but we have more taxes now. So, and also when you think about it, what happened in 1973, and now everybody's in this whole Iran, and they say about 1979, but what happened in 1973, and the oil embargoes, and the forming of OPEC, and the lineups for the gas station. Okay, but when, if people were born in 1950, the baby boom, that was a compression of it wasn't so other videos I talked about how it's not. So who got ripped off the most? That's when the housing prices went, and then the 80s, and then the 90s, and then the housing crash. You know, you know, every 10 years, 10-year bonds. Okay, so where is this cycle going and coming from, and who's printing the funny money? Where does Mark Carney come from, and how does he fit into the whole thing? And see, this is why I do need more than 3 minutes. But I give up, folks. It's just run aground. Or hey, look at the sunshine. I bet you there's like birds over there, some shit. I don't know. Have a great day. And it's the boomers are the victims, but you keep everybody, well, but nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear what I say. They want somebody to blame. They want to have that strife. You know what I mean? So yeah, enjoy the sunshine, folks, especially all you motherfuckers back east in Albertoria that got snow up to your kneecaps and all that fun stuff. Yeah, have a great fuck off now, Canada.